Introducing first, coming out to the red corner, Ibrahim, Adbul, Basith!
Incredibly hard since switching over that I've...
And introducing his opponent coming out to the blue corner, Garon Shemar!
The man standing in his way is Garon Shemar, Lions MMA. And he is going to be the Ranger fighter. He is tall, has had a very disappointing result. He's in a dark choke. They called the tap, but he was given a thumbs up. He was robbed in his last fight, not here, of course, not without great choices, but on another show, he is hungry to get back into tonight. So it's Basith versus Shemar.
This fight is in the Battle Arena Bantamweight division. It will be fought over 3 4-minute rounds, and this is for the Battle Arena World title. Introducing first, your fighter in the red corner, representing Legends MMA, is Ibrahim ABDUL Basith! And introducing his opponent in the blue corner, representing Lions Gym, is Garon Shemar! We go to your referee, Mr. Stuart Davies.
There you just see that height difference there in favor of Shemar. Is the range in favor of Shemar? Let's see, he runs out. Both men want this. We've seen Shemar get backed up and taken down. He likes to move off. Now he's already bothering with switched jabs. Basith probably wants to stay on the front foot. He's in on the single there.
Garon Shemar doing a good job of defending.
Shemar stays up. Basith looks like a stronger fighter. He's had a bit of trouble in 5-round fights.
That's 3-4s this one, Steve.
Oh, it's 3-4s, pardon me. I thought it was 3-5s. Always evolving here. Moving off is Shemar, bothering.
It's what Shemar needs to do. He's the much taller fighter. He wants this at range. He wants to keep him on the very end of his punches and kicks. And this is also what Ibrahim wants. He wants to come in close the distance. We've seen him before. Excellent wrestling over there at Legends.
He's got head using it beautiful, and he uses that to take him down. Shemar backing up.
Briefly looking for the Dagestani handcuff, lost the position. We're still working for him, maybe. Shemar doing well, needs to get onto his side, maybe cage walk, try and get back to his feet.
I don't know if he's looking for a Kimura on that right side of Basith. Basith driving the head down, putting a lot of pressure on the neck.
This is classic Basith. We've seen it here on Battle Arena before. This is how he fights.
I believe he loves that gator roll. He's just not quite in position for it.
Yeah, he's going to try and get his right hand to the crook of his left elbow. That will set that up.
Shemar had some trouble. Oh, he kicks the leg out there very nicely. And now he's going to use it to roll.
Oh, off
and he used the cage as well, and uses his own leg to bring it in.
Look
Can
at
he
that.
get
That's
that?
Pretty tight.
And now he's got to squeeze those elbows together and try to chase the legs.
That's an anaconda choke. Very rare here at Battle Arena, and looks pretty tight as well. It's full neck crank.
Now he gets his leg over. Now he needs to hip in if he can. He's got to hip in to try to get that finish. No, there's the thumbs up.
And that could be the difference between in the gym and in the fight. People will tough it out a little bit more with that.
How much is this going to take out of Basith's arms if he can't finish?
He does seem to have a pretty good squeeze there, Steve. Sometimes you can slowly put someone to sleep as well. He's trying to find the finish. Will Garon Shemar be able to use that to end up on top?
Basith abandons it, and now he's back on top, and he's looking to punch and possibly get to the back. Shemar is so tough. Now he's eating these punches from Basith, and Basith is on the back. Shemar
comes through. Nice work by Shemar. Oh, but ends up on the bottom mount.
Needs to settle his weight and stay on top and do that damage.
Oh,
Shemar underhooks and comes up. There's the guillotine.
Shemar now might, Basith's legs are pretty close together. He might drop down, but his head is caught.
He's got the underhook.
Yeah, Basith fights back in a 50-50 position.
Good few minutes of control there from Basith. Shemar had been having a lot of success standing. I wonder how that's going to shape up. Basith back in the grapple. He's going back to that game plan that they've obviously worked over there at Legends. Shemar looking for the guillotine as well, and Basith's neck drops down into it.
Oh, ninja choke. It's pretty tight, Steve.
It is pretty tight.
It's pretty tight, Steve.
He's on the side of the neck here. That is a finishing position if I've ever seen one. He's really cranking that neck. There's a knee lands. He goes back to it. Shemar's got those incredibly long arms.
Yeah, that's sneaking through. Would you call that a ninja choke, Steve?
It was definitely, it was as slick as a ninja.
Front guillotine position, really.
Basith doing well to stay in it. Shemar again goes for the choke.
Wow, that was pretty close. Ibrahim was panicking in that choke. And we see Sam Creasy.
He's got to really recover there. He had a very good minute of that fight, but Shemar was able to turn the tables, and is that what's going to stay in the judges' minds with only 4 rounds to go? Or 4 rounds to fight in.
Yeah, Sam Creasy in the corner of Ibrahim Basith, and he's going to be given those important instructions and adjustments, and that's what you get from the Cage Warriors champion. You're going to, he's been there, he's been in the amateur ranks and won lots of amateur belts, and he's going to help him with those little adjustments that make all the difference. And that's a weird submission. That's not something you're going to see every day in the gym, and you probably will get caught by surprise by it.
Exactly, and it was not even a Hail Mary. It's just he controlled it well. He kept pushing Basith's head down, and that was exactly what he wanted to do, to slip that ninja choke, like a reverse rear naked choke on him. However, Basith did well to walk him down. I'd like to see some more hands go from the Legends MMA fighter, and I'd like to see what Garon Shemar has got standing. He's a great rangy fighter. Can he keep Basith on the end of those long weapons? You know, tough chance. Maybe a good, yeah, there you go. Look, the kick's coming up. Seeing Basith just shelling up there. He's got to answer back.
I'm assuming this was Garon Shemar's game plan coming in, keep the distance, not low blows. Low blow glancing off the cup. Ibrahim, Basith.
He'll get his time. He'll get his time. He's saying he's okay. He's saying he's okay. But his eyes went widened up. If you want a cup of coffee in the morning, it's nothing like a shot to your cup. Wake you right up. Oh, 3 4-minute rounds.
While we have this little lull in the action, that you know, we're brought to you by Eric's Fight Gear, the best training equipment on the planet. Been wearing my Eric's Fight Gear shorts in my Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu no-gi classes, wearing them in. They've got incredible flexibility. As you know, Steve, I like a little bit of rubber guard, some of the 10th planet moves, inverting, and I can do the splits, sort of.
Can you?
No.
Okay.
But for the purposes of this advert.
Obviously, in Eric's Fight Gear shorts, you probably could
Eric's
do the
Fight
splits.
Gear, I could. The shorts would not be the limiting factor, is what I'm hinting at here.
Ah, yes.
The limiting factor would be my old man biology, but I could do the splits when I was younger. When I was doing karate all the time and competing in it, I used to spend an hour every day stretching. I could do the splits, but I lost it so fast.
I bet. There's a lot of good focus there.
It's also like...
That's inspirational.
Why?
Why would you want to do the splits?
Yeah, I was practicing handstands every day over lockdown for some reason. I don't know. And then one day it was like, someone was like, why? And I was like, what? And they're like, when do you need a handstand? I was like, that's a good point.
Did you ever get there?
Yeah, I can. Like, I can balance on my hands and walk a little bit across the floor. But
that's pretty incredible for a man your size.
I did it in Roger Gracie London, kicked the air conditioning and hurt my foot. So when you're 6'5", you've got to be careful with this kind of thing.
Definitely, because you end up being 8 feet with your
arms. That's actually 8 feet. That's a good point. A couple of feet for my arms. You know what it was? I went to London and they were like, all right, handstand walk down the mat. All the black belts could do it, and I couldn't really handstand at the time. It was quite embarrassing. So I went home, practiced over lockdown for several years to get very good at handstands, or okay at handstands. Went back to London, did the warm-up, and I was like, I'm ready. This is my moment. And then they went, right, cartwheels. I don't know how to cartwheel. It's just the worst moments.
Yeah, that would be, especially when you're wearing a black belt.
Yeah, and you know, the mal-coordinated one.
This is taking some time here.
Oh, there's no rush.
You get time.
He's got to count them in a minute. Make sure if you get past 2, you're in trouble. Can't get to 2, you're in trouble. The look in his eyes, it was very deer in the headlights. I think it really stung him.
Yeah, when they go right up into your guts like that.
And sometimes, like the cup, 90% of the time, the cup makes things better. But 10% of the time, things have moved around, it hits the cup, and the cup kind of makes it worse. It like cuts in. Oh, the medic's coming in. Gets a massage. He'd be all right. It would be a shame if this world title fight was called off.
Or cut short from this.
Cut short.
I think they go to the judges' scorecard then.
Yeah, it's one of those things I've always felt a little bit uncomfortable with, because I feel if you can't continue because someone has done a move illegally, that
person just such a glancing blow.
Yeah.
It was
that person
definitely
should be
wasn't
out.
Intentional.
But then also, if you do it that way, you end up incentivizing people to milk injuries, which obviously our man Ibrahim is not doing and he would never do. But so I guess logically you have to keep it that it's up to the point of the reason you can't continue.
Is the doctor going to give him a little rub?
No. He's put on a glove. Can we cut cameras? Kev's not listening to us. Producer's not listening to us. We could cut to a wide shot, maybe.
I'm wondering does he need motivation, or is he seriously injured? And if he's seriously injured, he really needs to probably get out and get those looked at.
Yeah.
But if, you know, it's just a bad bruise, which most of us have had, a really bad bruise. Maybe he needs to be G'd up a little bit by his corner. I'm not sure.
Yeah. They're also timing how long it's taking him to recover. There's usually a limit. I would assume if it's 3-4s, they're going to give him up to 4 minutes. Oh, he's back in.
He's going to do it. He's going to do it.
There is no quit in Ibrahim.
That's a tough one. That's a tough one. Shemar's corner asking for the jab. There's a kick from Ibrahim. He needs to let his hands go, like I said.
Shemar's got a beautiful straight left, and again.
Lovely, lovely. He just stays that, he moves, he's light, and everything he throws is nice and stiff. Ibrahim using the left hand to steam in.
That's what he wants to do, close the distance, drag him to the floor, use his size and strength.
He's got a good one. Can he drag this out? How much did that nut shot take away from him?
How can he finish this, Steve?
He's trying to step over and hook that leg. Yep.
And switch him off the cage.
Yeah, and try to drag that down, which is very possible.
What about defensively for Garon Shemar in this position?
Garon Shemar is doing a really brilliant job. He's keeping the knee out. He was letting his leg drift, his shin drift out to the outside of Ibrahim's thigh there. And now he's keeping pressure on the head to prevent him from going in. And he's also closing off the access to his hip by having his hip pressed against the cage.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
Shemar's showing a lot of really good experience and technique here. Stuart Davies is saying he'll break it away. And look, there's a good attempt at chest pressure there from Basith, but he's got to watch out for that ninja choke. Again, it's coming. We've seen a little bit of success there from Shemar. And now they stand back up and Shemar peppering him away. Basith standing there taking everything off the guard, but still that's going to rattle your noggin. Now he steams in with a right hand of his own, but ends up falling into the shot.
Yeah, I wonder how much the groin shot took out of him. It seems to be labored. Oh, beautiful left hook to the body by Shemar. Mixing his levels, lovely knee.
He's got Basith fighting on every single feint. Basith just doesn't seem as loose in terms of his hands. And Shemar's got really nice snapping punches, snapping jabs, and right hands that he's dealing with at the moment. Basith's got to be aware of that.
He's also not overcommitting to anything, Shemar, with the striking. It's like everything's got kind of 60% on it. Oh, just slipped out. The hottest day of the year in the UK here. And even then, I saw Ibrahim adjust his cup.
Yeah, reach for his cup.
He's clearly uncomfortable. It's got to make a big difference.
I don't know if he's looking for a big counter here. He needs to get his head off that center line. Nice uppercut there. He turns him. Shemar then eats a couple of his own in a knee. Look, Basith is still there. He's backing him up. Basith is still in this fight. It hasn't gone anywhere.
Basith has power as well.
He does, but Shemar is rolling with it every time, so he's not taking the full brunt of it. As we come into the last minute of this second round, a prolonged second round, Shemar tries to drag the leg out on Basith. He's got double under. Does he have double under? No, he's got an over-under position. Basith might look to jam the arm or throw a knee up. A la Sinead, the grenade from earlier tonight.
Garon Shemar back to the distance. That left hook to the body has been money for him all night long.
See, the thing is when Basith covers up, he's not seeing anything that's coming at him, and that's letting Shemar tee off on him.
And even with 30 seconds to go in round two, Shemar is mixing in the feints.
And nothing's got a lot of power on it, it seems, but it's really well put together. And look, Basith just hopes to catch him with that left hook on the chin, but Shemar just rolls with it back, steps back into his stance, and now he's pressing Basith against the cage. It'll be interesting here how they try to turn the cage, because there's a finishing position for Basith in the first, there was a finishing position for Shemar, but the second round has been Shemar's round, even counting in the nut shot.
Yeah, I'm surprised Stuart Davis didn't take a point. It was clearly, and that's the thing about...
It's unintentional.
It's unintentional,
really unintentional.
But then it's also affected the fight. So...
Can you make that decision afterwards?
Yeah, that's true. It's very true. I mean, I would judge it if my fighter needs 3+ minutes to recover. That's a bad sign of how much of an impact it's taken. There we go, some of the highlights of that round.
He steams in, he's got a good left hook position.
Yeah, it was a slip right uppercut from Shemar. It was beautiful. And then a few left hooks to the body where he's closing the distance.
A good thing for Basith to do would be to bounce his butt on the ground and try to unlock, you know, if his nads have gone up or they feel bruised, if you give it a little bounce on your bum there, it kind of lets them drop a little bit and it feels a little bit better. You got to remember, we never wore cups. Never wore cups in freestyle wrestling. I got nailed in the nuts so many times.
And jiu-jitsu, just get nailed in the balls sometimes.
Except for those guys that train with cups in.
No, psychopath. You can't do that.
It's not right. Yeah. Talking to you, Tom Creasy.
Ibrahim might be training with one for a little while, but
he's back in. He's coming forward, and there's the long weapons of Shemar.
Yeah, Shemar's got beautiful left pumping jab.
I don't know if Basith is looking for the knockout shot, but he's closing him down.
Yeah, it seems to be trying to stalk him and get the takedown, but
it hasn't paid off since the first.
Shemar's got every time has these underhooks, great positioning, threatens with the chokes, which Basith has to respect, and it's
nice. He ran the pipe so well there.
3.5 minutes to work.
Nice knee shield up
for a
from
leg
Shemar.
lock. Oh, just nice, just trying to stuff it down, step over the knee shield guard.
He's got to not get bothered by those hammer fists.
Oh, he's hanging on the neck. That wasn't overly beautiful by Ibrahim, that exchange.
And
the knee shield, he didn't fight for the underhook, which meant that Garon could just get back to his feet.
Oh, there's a bit of a mouse under the left eye of Basith. Basith needs to come forward. And that's all he's been doing. He's back on the leg again. Should he run the pipe again? He had some success with that. He should also drag him out and try to finish with an inside double there, which is rarely seen in MMA, but very effective. And look, he makes him turn away. Now he can gather up. He's got to gather up those legs and drag him away and take the back.
Yeah, very nicely done.
Needs to throw that hook in, I think.
He's got the back with 2.5 minutes to work. He's got second hook, which he gets. Oh, almost gets. He's fighting for it. Needs to shrimp out a little bit, just like that. Maybe go over the arm. Lovely work. Yes.
He's got to hold on to that arm. This is good jiu-jitsu from Ibrahim Basith as he looks to possibly crank the neck here.
Yeah, he's
He's under the chin.
He's got that left arm trapped. It's going to make it much easier to try and get this choke. He's cranking the face. Oh, loses the control of the arm though.
He's got the body triangle. Good. Nice squeeze. Can he just stay there? He's got to stay there. If he can get on top, he can drive the hips into the salivary position. He's got a nice squeeze here. He's got to keep squeezing, hand to hand, palm to palm is what I'd be shouting.
He is cranking with all his might. These are also amateur MMA gloves, so they have a bit more padding for the striking exchanges, but it just makes submissions a little bit harder.
I think Basith should try. Yeah, he brings it back to the other side, still squeezing that position. This is a very great fight. It's back and forth, and he's still fighting for it.
Yeah, with 90 seconds to go, he's back on the neck. He's going to be cranking, squeezing with all his might. Trying to desperately get under the chin. You've got to appreciate the submission defense of Garon Shemar, constantly fighting those hands, turning side to side.
Very
looking
relaxed.
pretty tight now. Having a look at the big screen.
Shemar looks very relaxed.
Well, that's also the thing as well, like, you're in this position of extreme danger, but if you panic, it makes things worse.
I wonder if Basith can shoot his other hand underneath. He's on top. Shemar's on top, and that's very tiring.
Yeah, he's looking for the finish, crank in the face. He's going to try and get a rotation. When you're in that position where you're cranking the face.
See, this is a finishing position. So is this 10-8 position?
And then all of a sudden, taking that point becomes huge. The point they didn't take, and possibly could have.
There's the damage on the eye of Basith. Those jabs definitely.
Basith is going to.
Now he's looking to pepper, and can he? Very strong, very good position, but he's got 20 seconds left. Shemar seems resolute that he's not going to give it out. Does it all come down to that first round? Basith needs to go hand to hand and try to just strangle it out.
That first round seems so long ago, Steve. I can't remember who won it. It was so close. What an incredible fight this has been for the Battle Arena World title.
Is there still more fighting going on? See, this is where the confusion was. It used to be 3 5-minute rounds, or 5 3-minute rounds. And now, I'm going to go in it and check. What's the time? Bit of confusion there. 3 4-minute rounds. That was a great fight. And we got to go to the decision. What's going to be the story? Shemar and Basith, a great fight.
After 3 rounds of incredible action, we go to the judges' scorecard. Your winner and Battle Arena World Bantamweight Champion is in the red corner!
Wow!
Ibrahim Adbul Basith!
He wins the last minute of the fight. The last 2 minutes of the fight, he was all over the back. And he takes that win. They must have scored that Darce choke, or that Anaconda choke in the first round very highly. He's got the Terminator glasses on. This is a huge moment for Ibrahim Basith, a huge moment for the, well, barely a year old Legends MMA gym. They've put it together and they've brought it to the biggest amateur stage, and they've got a world bantamweight champion.